Okay, let's try a little thought experiment. What if one of the richest people in the world lost every single penny and had to start completely from scratch? Well, turns out there's a blueprint for building wealth from nothing, and we're gonna break that system down right now. I mean, just picture it for a second. The rockets, the cars, the billions, poof, all gone. He wakes up with absolutely nothing but the clothes he's wearing and, what's in his head. So, what's his first move? Well, the first thing he wouldn't do is panic. See, panic is all about focusing on what you've lost. But a creator, an innovator, they focus on what they can build. And that always starts with a clear head. He wouldn't just start scrambling around hoping for the best. No, he would fall back on a repeatable process, a framework for creating value, literally out of thin air. And that's exactly what we're going to unpack. It all starts right here with the foundation. Because before you can build a company or a massive bank account, you have to build yourself first. Now, this is going to sound completely backward. I mean, if you're broke, you need money, right? So the natural instinct is to go chase it. But according to this blueprint, that is exactly the wrong thing to do. Instead of chasing cash, he'd build skills. Just think about it. A young Elon literally taught himself how to code and then sold his first video game. He built the skill first because money's just a result. It comes and goes. Skills are the engine that can create that result again and again and again. They are the real asset. And we're not talking about just any old skills. He'd focus on what you could call high leverage skills, things that you can directly convert into value. Sales isn't just about selling a product, it's about convincing world-class engineers to join your crazy rocket startup. Coding is literally creating something valuable from nothing, just like he did with his first company, Zip2. And problem solving, well, that's the master skill, isn't it? Seeing a need, like for online payments or clean energy, and then figuring out how to meet it. So, here's the bottom line. The most important takeaway from this whole section. It's this simple but incredibly powerful equation. Stop chasing income. Start building the skills that make income pretty much inevitable. This is the bedrock of the entire system. Okay, so once that foundation of skills is there, it's time to actually put them to work. And that brings us to the core strategy of this whole thing. And this right here, this is a massive shift in thinking. A job is about filling a role someone else created for a salary someone else decided on. Looking for a problem, that's about finding a point of friction in the world and using your skills to fix it. It's the difference between being a cog in the machine and being the engine itself. And this just perfectly captures the magnetic pull of creating value. When you solve a real problem for people, you create value. And money is naturally, automatically drawn to value. You don't have to chase it anymore, you become a magnet for it. So you've built your skills, you've solved a problem, and hey, you've made some money. Awesome. But now comes the most critical part, turning that first little win into unstoppable momentum. This is all about the growth engine. Let's make it real. Let's say you solve a problem and you make your first $1,000. That feels amazing, right? And the temptation to go spend it, to treat yourself is absolutely huge. But what you do right here, it changes everything. And here it is, maybe the single most important rule of this whole phase. Do not upgrade your lifestyle. Don't buy the new gadget. Don't go for the fancy meal. Instead, you upgrade your opportunities. Think about it. After he sold PayPal, he took all those millions and poured everything into SpaceX and Tesla, upgrading his opportunity to solve planet-sized problems. This is what kicks off that powerful growth loop. You take the money you made and you pour it right back into the machine. You use those new resources to build a better version of your solution, to tackle an even bigger problem, or to help even more people. And that, of course, brings in even more income, which you then repeat. This is that relentless cycle of compounding. It's not just about doing the same thing over and over. It's about upgrading the process with every single loop, making yourself more capable and more valuable each and every time. See? It's not magic, and it's definitely not about one lucky break. It's this disciplined, systematic process of building, solving, and compounding over and over again that turns absolute nothing into something truly massive. So, we've walked through the entire blueprint, from building the foundation of skills all the way to firing up the growth engine. But you know what? It all really comes down to one final piece of the puzzle. At the end of the day, your starting capital or your lack of it is completely irrelevant. That's just a distraction. The real question is something much, much deeper. and it's something only you can answer. The real question is, do you have the mindset? The mindset to see skills as your most valuable asset? To hunt for problems instead of just looking for a job? And to have the discipline to reinvest in your own growth before anything else? Because that mindset, that is the real starting capital.